So I have started the recording. I have hit the start streaming button. Click here to reload the player. Alright, cool. We are live. Let me turn this up real loud. Yeah, so everything should be good to go. We are doing a talk show, my friend. We are living our best lives.
After how many hours?
1 million hours. We started working on this project when you got home last night. So
yeah,
let's
about
do the whole
midnight
timeline.
last night.
Let's do the whole timeline. So we had been talking about it all day yesterday. And then I left work at about 6 o'clock, got home around 6:30, jumped right into it. Worked on the project from 6:30 to midnight when you got home.
Yeah, then you took your union mandated break.
Yes, so I'd been working for 6 hours, so I took a lunch and went to Quick Trip and got a snack and a drink. Came back. You were all set up. We jumped in. You know, we were in it. We were living our best life. It was time to party.
No, we weren't. We were aggressively pissed off like all night. We spent
it's
so
hours,
hard.
Yeah, we spent the hours from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. fighting with OBS, fighting with voice meter, fighting with doing overlay projects in Canva, trying to make audio levels work. I don't even know if this sounds good. I'm not even listening to the stream. If this is just busted, this is just busted. I'm going to upload a completely silent 2-hour video to YouTube.
That's cool. Whatever. It'll be lost content at some point, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be like we'll say it's like social commentary, right?
Sure.
So we would go through all of that. We put all this shit together. It's taken hours. Well, I fucked up there. I forgot your. Just see, this is one of the problems is that sometimes I have to like send links and stuff in real time. But the way that your camera is set up on here right now is you're just a screen capture of my second monitor where I have Discord open. You're not your own line. So when I do stuff on that monitor, your camera goes away and people can see what I'm fucking with on that monitor.
Oh, wait, why?
Because that's what it's your picture on the stream is just an OBS display capture. I've just cut down that display to just be your camera.
Well, then I guess don't send me anything.
Yeah,
or anyone else for that matter.
I was sending the stream link to a couple people, and you went away, and like all their faces popped up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, shit."
Oh, this whole thing is held together by fucking duct tape, man. This is not.
Yeah. So everything I've done here is in full collapse. It's fine. So finally, around 4 a.m. Okay. 4 a.m. we go to bed, right? We're done. We're wrapping it up. We're going to sleep.
So, no, 4 a.m. we got off of Discord and went our separate ways. I most certainly did not go to bed. I tried.
I laid in bed till probably 5, just watching videos on how I was going to get audio and stuff into here. So I woke up I probably went to sleep around 5. I probably finally fell asleep around 5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
My alarm immediately starts going off 7:45 because I have to go do something for work, right? So I slept from 5 until 7:30. I finally get up around 7:45. So I wake up at 7:30. I get up around 7:45. I hit the road. I'm going to work.
You had a nap basically.
Yeah, so I drove from my apartment out to the Mall of Georgia, okay? And from Mall of Georgia, I drove back home. Traffic, it was awful. I'm pissy. I'm tired. Traffic is Atlanta traffic. So my 15-minute commute to the Mall of Georgia is actually like a 4.5-hour commute to hell and back.
It wasn't quite that long. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here right now.
Sure. So I get home finally around 9:30. So I woke up at 7:30. I leave around 8. I'm finally back home around 9:15, 9:30. We jump right back into this. All right, we jump right back into this. So from 9:40, we'll be gracious, from 9:45 this morning until about 5 minutes ago, we have been continuing the project. So we started working on shit last night at midnight. I started working on shit yesterday at 6 p.m. It is now currently 1:30 Eastern Daylight Time, Standard Time. I don't know what we're in. We're in Eastern Time.
Yeah.
And we just now, and we didn't even do it right. Like, again, this thing is held together by fucking bubble gum and twigs. So we have the live video going on Twitch right now. So we're going to do that live on Twitch. I'm still not 100% sure what this version of the show is. We're going to kind of wing it, and then we'll hammer out the dents. I like this more, though, because I feel like people don't get to enjoy the other half of the podcast when we record it, to see how, like, constantly
how hand moving. I'm not that guy.
Yeah. I'm very like, you're very, like, it's always so fun to watch the recording happen, because you're just in a chair, just like arms on the armrest, just like, yes, hello, here are my opinions. And I'm just all like, thoughts.
Yeah. And you'd think I would be, because let's see, I had my by about 8:45 this morning, I was already on my third cup of coffee. So I finished the whole 8 cups, and now I got this this poison drink here. I am jacked up on caffeine and have had no food. Remember, you're on video, so quit playing on your phone.
I don't care about being on video. I'm trying to get people into the stream to watch it.
I thought you were tracking packages again.
No, I'm messaging, like, people saying, like, hey, we're doing the thing.
This is weird. These are people that know you, that have probably never seen me, that are going to be doing so for the first time.
Yeah,
be like,
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, man, that Mike guy you've been talking about for years is fuck ugly, dude.
I don't think anybody's going to think that. Do you want me to... Is this one of the... Are you fishing right now? Do you want me to call you attractive on...
No,
live on
no,
the
I
internet?
want you to point out my hilarious shirt now.
Michael, I think your hilarious shirt is hilarious. I like that it says shark, but it's actually shaped like a shark.
Yeah, it's fun.
This is...
I kind of wish it said week underneath. I wish it just said Shark Week. Seems like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a whole thing, we're... I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to talk until 3:30 p.m., okay?
3:30?
I got thoughts, okay? I'm mad, and I'm all hopped up on, like...
I got a couple of thoughts, too. I got some fun tabs open here.
I started my day tired, miserable, and mad, and immediately had a Baconator with an egg on it. So my day is fucked, okay? Like, I'm in this. My day is fucked.
We're going to have a nice lunch later, though, right?
We're going to Huey Magoo's. Right. That's our thing now, right? Like, we
are we?
I feel like that's it, right? Like, we go to Huey's.
God, it's so good.
Day. Yeah, it's so, which is stupid, because it's just, for anybody unfamiliar with Huey Magoo's, it's just
chicken fingies. Tenders. It's chicken fingies.
There's an old show on Hulu. I don't remember if it was ever, like, on a channel itself, but I know it was on Hulu. With Billy Eichner, and it had, I forget the young lady's name that was in the show opposite him. It's called Horrible People. I think that's what it's called. I believe it was called Horrible People. And it was just about...
No surprise that I'm unfamiliar, obviously.
Yeah, so it was just about Billy Eichner being Billy Eichner, essentially. He was just playing a more serialized version of his character from Billy on the Street.
British guy, right? I know who you're talking about.
Billy Eichner? No, that's not British.
What? He
Billy
does not
Eichner.
speak. He don't speak no American.
Do you not know who Billy Eichner is?
Didn't have an accent?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Have you ever watched Parks and Recreation?
I've seen it.
Do you remember in the later seasons where they bring in the people from, like, the other park?
No.
So Billy Eichner's entire shtick, at least it used to be. I don't know if it so much is now. I'm just gonna send you a message via my phone.
Yeah. Phone. Is this you just sending me a?
Yeah. So he's the gay man. He's the gay gentleman that his whole thing is yelling and screaming and, like, getting in people's face and being just like, ah.
I've never seen that guy in my life.
That is crazy. I love Billy Eichner. He's everything that Dane Cook wishes Dane Cook could have been. Um,
I'm pretty sure Dane Cook is happy being the grooming pedophile that he is.
right, we're just gonna lead in with that, right? So like, I didn't really know how to jump into that, but like, yeah, Dane Cook, pedophilia, pedophile, doing a pedophilia,
Doing a pedophilia, yeah.
doing a pedophilia. Did
God,
not know
remember
that.
Dane
Did not.
Cook? Remember Dane Cook?
I was actually talking to somebody the other day about it too, where like so many of my mannerisms were like influenced by like having to be around so many people that liked Dane Cook. So I was like around Dane
Yeah.
Cook so much. So like I still catch myself doing so many Dane Cook things, but I justify that by basically, I convince myself that there's no way in hell he made that shit up. He just stole those mannerisms just like he stole everything else. Like if there's so that's what we're just racking up things that Dane Cook does now, right? Like Dane Cook steals children's innocence. He steals jokes. He had to have also stolen his mannerisms.
Yeah, yeah, it's really funny. I remember a handful of years ago now when he like kind of came under fire for stealing jokes from like Louis C.K. of all people, who at the time was at the height of his comedic popularity before he then was also proven to be a gigantic human piece of shit.
So you have to
It's
love the
just like
irony, right?
yeah,
So you
yeah, yeah.
have
It's
to
just
love the
like kind
irony.
of like one big like just deviant circle jerk of like terrible people in the comedy industry. I
But
I
like
don't know. It's
Louis C.K. is one of my favorites, not because I like him or think he's funny. I actually never super thought like I don't think I was ever super into Louis C.K. to begin with. I didn't really like any of his stand up. I didn't really like any of his shows that he was doing. I didn't like when he was like when he again. I hate to like this is weird that we're bringing it up twice in the same conversation, but he was a guest star in a couple of episodes in early seasons of Parks and Rec. Didn't like
yeah.
him in that either. So it's funny now to like look at that situation and it's just like he really put himself on a high horse. Like he really thought highly of himself. Really, like he did that whole like serious like I don't remember which it was an episode of one of his shows, and he had like that whole serious sit down conversation with Dane Cook where they were like clearing the air and like why'd you do it,
About
Dave? Why are you
about
stealing
him
jokes and
stealing the jokes. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and it was just like when you found out that he was just also like a shitty, garbage, like sexually abusing person. Uh,
Real quick, I don't know if it's a mic issue or something. I'm getting a little bit of popping on your end.
honestly, it's gonna be a learning curve thing. I'll have to go back through and find where the issues are at. I'm trying a lot of new stuff here,
Hmm.
so it's just like a thing. I don't know what to tell you. I hate it for
Yeah.
all of us. But
Anyways, yeah. The
I
the,
just
the
thought
thing
I thought it was fucking. I just think it's fucking hilarious, like how quick he was to defend himself, how aggressively he was to defend himself. Like he had the moral high ground
Are you talking
while
about
he
Louis
was
C.K.?
yeah, while he was just like
Yeah.
this super shitty person doing. So I mean, okay, so like at the time, I only found out that Dane Cook was a pedophile a handful of days ago when they were talking about that he'd been dating that girl since she was 14, and now
Right,
they're
right,
like
right. So,
engaged.
so for anyone who doesn't know, Dane Cook is 50 years old, and he just announced his engagement to his girlfriend, who is 23, and they have been dating for 5 years, which puts her what is at they
Okay,
said that
so
something that they
the
met
thing,
when
the
she was
yeah,
15.
yeah. So like the way it was worded, I guess that I saw was it was a system where they at the earliest they'll admit to seeing each other was she was 18, but they had
Yeah,
like
right.
known each other. Yeah, like they had known each other and been hanging out a lot and staying at each other's houses and shit a lot since she was like 14, 15. But they weren't dating then. They weren't doing anything. They were just palling around. He was like 46, 45. She was 14, 15. They were just palling, playing Super Mario Kart, getting pizzas, not
Yeah,
doing
you
nothing.
know how all 40-year-olds just have 14-year-old female friends that they pal around with.
Yeah. Drake did that. Drake did that with Millie Bobby Brown, and I feel like again
Yeah,
we
how
were very
come?
quick to gloss over that.
Yeah, we were. How come he seems to like get a free pass? Like everyone, like no one cares.
Boy, that is very much subjective to the kind of circles I guess you run in,
So it
because
absolutely is, but like his albums still get
so yes,
released, and
it is.
he
It's
wasn't
it's
canceled.
so Chris Brown beat the absolute shit out of Rihanna. That happened. We can't deny that. There was pictures. There was police reports. There are still people that will go to bat and defend Chris Brown, Hello Fifi, just ridiculously hard. Like, end all be all. You see, you're squinting your eyes. I'm a little delayed, but like, she's right behind you, just staring at me. But yeah, like I don't like, because like celebrity does that to you. Celebrity does, like, you do a thing, and then it doesn't matter. Like, it's why cancel culture isn't real. It's why Louis C.K. got caught exposing himself to women against their will without consent. It was a whole thing. He disappeared for a couple of months, and I'm back. I just released a brand new movie that I wrote and directed, and everybody that worked on the movie wants to make it a point to go on like a press tour and talk about how well behaved I was, and how nice I was, and how rehabilitated I was, and just like, fuck that. Fuck that. You don't get to just be who you want to be again after you did something shitty. If I get caught doing something shitty, that follows me forever.
Yeah, because you don't have like the money to pay people off to be like, oh, turns
No.
out I don't care now.
I don't have the following of people that knew me before I did something shitty, or before I got caught doing something shitty, that they would come to bat for me long term and make it like a whole thing. So it just happens to me. I just get in trouble. But like, he comes back with a brand new theatrical movie. Like, look how great I am now. Now that I don't really do the flashing women anymore thing. So that's neat.
So that's neat.
So it's funny to me because, and you know what, I'm gonna look it up before I make this joke, because I know that I had like the wrong idea of it. I feel like there was a movie that he played like a cop in.
Louis C.K.?
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Don't ask me what it was. The fact that he
no,
kind of had a bunch of jokes that mirrored his life and the accusations that came against him before any of it ever happened is sort of weird and telling. Uh, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that it seems like he's bounced back from it, because his career is not what it used to be.
oh no, he was, sorry, I'm getting to me. So he did direct a movie, an indie film called I'm a Cop.
Oh yeah, he also directed Pootie Tang.
That's unfortunate.
Come on. That's
That's
super
unfortunate.
weird that like a old bald like white ginger guy directed Pootie Tang. People
Um,
people should watch Pootie Tang.
it's a real stupid movie, but no,
It is real stupid.
I was getting it mixed up with that Seth Rogen movie, Observe and Report, about the Flasher. I thought he was in that, and I was like going to say that was ironic, but he wasn't in Observe and Report.
No.
But
Boy, that movie was a piece of shit, by the way.
most movies are bad, and that's coming from
Most
somebody
movies.
who I've watched a
Most
lot of movies, and like sometimes I'll just see the worst possible movies and go, I want to watch that movie. Like, I can see from like, I'm on Netflix, I'm on Amazon, I'm on HBO Max, I'm on Hulu, I'm on whatever. I'm like looking at a movie and I'm like, this looks like it's gonna be bad.
So this is why this past week I had the culling, if you will. I canceled my subscription services to everything. It's done. I wasn't using it. I was literally throwing like $50-ish, $60 a month, like
So
down the
just
drain on streaming
I
services
want
I wasn't watching.
I want people to know how that conversation went, because you texted me and you were all like, I wouldn't know, man. I pay for Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Disney Plus. I pay for this. I pay for this. Pay for this. I haven't actually watched anything on them in like 9 months, and I was just like, why don't you just cancel them then and save you some money? I guess, like, for other cool things. And your response was, I don't know. I just haven't got around to it. And then like 15 hours later, I get a text message like, Yeah, you were right, man. I just went and canceled them all. Like,
Gone. It's all done. It's
like
done.
It wasn't a conversation we were having, my guy. I was just saying maybe don't spend money on.
Yeah. I just fucking wasn't using it, man. I watch YouTube. I that's it. I watch YouTube. That's really it. That is really it.
I watch a lot of. It's weird. I watch a lot of movies, and that's what I was saying. So like, I'll see that a movie is bad. I'll see that a movie is going to be bad, but then I'll just be like, I don't have anything better to do for the next 2 hours, so why not?
Right. See, whereas my brain goes, it's like, I don't have anything better to do for the next 2 hours, so instead I'm just gonna do nothing. I don't know.
Sure.
It's weird. I don't do the I need this on for background noise kind of thing. Here lately, much to my dismay, it's kind of been just, there's nothing to watch, so I'll just stare at TikTok for like 3 hours.
God, I cannot express to you. So I enjoy TikTok, and I enjoy the TikToks that we send each other.
I can't believe I became that guy. I cannot.
Yeah, it's been the worst thing for my mental health. It's become the worst fucking thing for just conversation and how I spend my time. Like, especially recently, I got that promotion at work, so I've been at that new store that has like no traffic, and there's stuff in the store I should be doing, but
not
I
really.
just end up like I'll do it for a minute, then I'll just be like, I'm just gonna like kick back for a minute. And then it's just like I'll look at the clock and be like, oh, it's 6 p.m. I've been watching TikTok for 5 hours.
Yeah. So I have kind of a similar problem, like, and I don't have moments at work where there's not like things going down. There's always stuff happening, right? I'll sit down at the desk and I'll whip my phone out real quick and just like, all right, well, I have like 30 seconds of downtime, and I'll just like scroll through some TikToks for a second. Next thing I know, like a staggering amount of time has passed, and I just like tunnel vision. I have no concept of the passage of time. You know, kind of like when you have those moments when you're like leaving work and you're like real tired and you're driving, and then you just realize all of a sudden you're home and you don't really remember how you got there, or even making the drive.
It actually, like, so I know that's like a very like natural human occurrence. It's not like a whole thing, like blah,
You're
blah,
just
blah.
you're just going through the routine, and it doesn't really require the brain power that you think it does.
Yeah, so like I remember the other day I left work and I was super tired. I'd been feeling like super depressed, just having like a day. And I got in the car, and like I sat in the car for like 5 minutes just to decompress, which I rarely do. When I'm in the car, I hit the road. But I was sitting in the car and I was just like breathing, decompressing for a second. I went through my Spotify and found like a really specific specific song that I wanted. That's it. That's the last memory I have. Like, the next thing I remember is just like I'm in my house petting a cat, just like, hey guys, I am home now.
Right. So yeah, that happens to me at work, and then I'll have the realization like, yo, I've been sitting here for long. There's no way that people haven't been talking to me or trying to get my attention. I have more than likely just been straight up ignoring people for several minutes.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good.
I get genuinely concerned that it's not even that I've been ignoring people. It's that I haven't been. And I don't remember how I was responding to people.
also, yes. I could have put some incredibly dangerous plans into action and didn't even realize what I was saying.
Yeah,
sure, kid. Go ahead and climb into the trash compactor and get the thing in that you dropped. It'll be fine.
If I am not in the moment, I will agree to whatever bad idea anybody throws my way. If I'm not in the moment, I'm throwing bad ideas. So if somebody comes up to me and I'm just spaced out doing something, they're all like, hey, I want to do this really stupid thing. I'll be like, yeah, go for it, man. I'm over here. As long as it doesn't affect me, go crazy. Go wild.
Right, but what you're failing to realize is that it absolutely will affect you. It's just the part where they're bringing it up is something you don't want to be inconvenienced by, so you're just like, go ahead.
Yeah, it will become my problem in time. It's just not my problem in that moment. So we have this issue where I forgot how we even got here. Were we talking about movies? Is this still a movie related thing, or are we just talking about tunnel vision now?
Yeah. When I
I didn't answer my question either. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. My answer is yes.
Cool. Whatever. I don't. I pay for a handful of them, and I utilize them, but it's fucked up. The only other thing that I find myself doing as much during the day as I do TikTok sometimes is just, like, watching movie trailers. Like, current movie trailers, going back and revisiting old movie trailers. I really like trying to find things in new movie trailers. I really like going back, though, and seeing, like, what I missed in old ones. That's just, like, a weird, I don't know, I'm not going to call it a hobby, but it's, like, a thing that happens. It's like I'll go back and watch an old trailer and be all like, oh, this scene was really out of context in the trailer. Or, wow, I didn't even notice that, like, none of this stuff in this scene wasn't even in the movie.
Right. The movie trailers are, like, such a different thing now compared to how they used to be.
Yeah, because every time I watch a movie trailer now, I have to sit through 15 seconds of that movie trailer before I get to the movie trailer.
Yeah.
I know that bothers a lot of people.
They either show way too much or they show not enough.
Have you ever watched, like, old movie trailers?
So, yeah.
And I mean, like
how old?
In the, like, 60s, 70s, 80s.
80s, sure. The fact that, you know, like the whole, like, cliche thing of when they're like, oh, all movie trailers are the same, you know, it was like, in a world overrun with that is not hyperbolic at all. That is literally how things always used to be. You know and it was accidentally like that. And you know, at the beginning of the movie Tropic Thunder, when they have all the fake movie trailers,
yeah,
for the characters in the movie, how just expertly recreated those are in a way that, like, I find it so. I respect it. I respect it a lot because they, on purpose, made fake movie trailers that were just as bad as actual real movie trailers with effort put into them used to be. That is so hard for any medium to recreate. And they just don't make trailers like that anymore.
No. I love, like, 80s horror movie trailers. That is a big one for me. 80s, like, there was some bleed backwards to the 70s, there's some bleed forwards in the 90s, but especially 80s, like, slasher movie horror trailers, they were just in and out. It was just, here is what this movie is, go see it, don't, whatever, buy. They were just, the trailers were just in and out. It was just like, look at this house, there's some lightning in the background, we put, like, a red color filter over it.
They didn't have, like, constant, like, narration over them or anything like that.
It literally was just, it would show, like, there was a scene where it would show a house, and then it had, like, red filter over it to imply that it was evil, and there'd be, like, a storm, and it would say, in this house, this guy has a knife. Then it would show, like, the vague 80s serial slasher holding, like, a kitchen knife, a butcher knife, and that would be it. It was just, like, title card, and we're out.
In this house, this guy has a knife.
That's it. That was the whole trailer.
That movie.
That's the whole trailer.
And then, like, you may get a guy saying the title of the movie at the end.
Yeah, that was it.
In
That's
this house, a guy has a knife. Rated R.
I cannot fucking stand when I go to YouTube and I click on a trailer for a movie that I want to watch, and it's just like, all right, here's 15 seconds of the movie, or here's 15 seconds of the trailer we're about to show. Like, it's a bunch of, like, flash cut scenes of the trailer, not even of the movie. Just they edited the trailer into a smaller trailer, and then they played that before the trailer.
That is so fucking frustrating. So that's because now a lot of, I'm not even gonna say a lot of, if it's any movie of any significance, they tease the fact that there is a trailer coming out. So it's like, here's, like, 10 seconds saying that here's a trailer for the trailer that releases tomorrow. And then when that trailer finally does release, they still put that like 15-second stinger at the beginning of it that they had the day before. I fucking hate that shit. You were right. That is so stupid. A trailer for a trailer on your trailer.
And like they explain it out in like
Exhibit is loving this. Yo, dog, we put a trailer in your trailer so you can watch a trailer while you watch a trailer. This actually was happening. I didn't even have to reach to figure out the math there.
So they explain it very simply. Let me lock my door. We're back. They explain it by basically just saying we put that there because like most people don't stick around through like the entire thing anymore. Just gonna scooch. You're gonna have to watch me scooch while I talk.
Wait, stick around for what? The movie trailer? It's like 2 minutes.
They use that tinier trailer and like TikTok and stuff like that way. Like they especially use it so they have that already cut and made, so they can cut it down and stick it at like, because YouTube has that thing where it's like after 5 seconds you can skip the ad on like most videos if you're not paying for YouTube. I don't pay for YouTube. You pay for YouTube like a weirdo.
Dude, YouTube with no ads is a life-changing. It's why it's my most.
I'm just saying that's why they make those so they can stick them in that little 5-second window where it's all movie. You can't skip it if you want. Now you've already seen the fucking trailer. Fuck you. You've already watched what we wanted you to watch.
I definitely get it, but I also know that in some fucking boardroom somewhere, there's a bunch of stuffed shirt assholes who don't understand how the world works. Going like, our focus testing has shown that people's attention spans are not what they used to be, so we need to cut these trailers into shorter, bite-sized chunks in order to reach more people.
Yeah. So
where is the guy in that boardroom that goes, sir, if people don't have the attention spans that you're claiming here, what makes you think they want to go see your 3-hour fucking movie that you cut a 10-second trailer for? I don't understand why no one is like asking that question. Oh no, what are you doing? Uh-oh. It's just me now, guys. Sorry. I'm not that interesting unless I have someone to play off of. My co-host has left me to my own devices. Did y'all see the cute cat I had back here a minute ago? I don't know where she is. Oh, she's over here on the bed chasing her own butt.
Who are you talking to? Are you still talking to me? I left.
I was talking to... It's a show. I can't just sit here in silence. Where did you go? What are you doing?
There was a loud noise from the living room. I wanted to make sure the cats were okay. I have 5 cats. They're stupid.
I'm sure. Fine. They're fine. I was talking about my cat while you were gone, so
I mean, it's all very cat-centric. We're very cat-centric people, so...
Is this weird? Do you get a lot of shit for that? I do.
I mean, I've had people tell me, like, it's weird that, 1, I have so many cats, and 2, that I'm a guy that likes cats. A lot of people are very anti-men having cats, apparently.
Yeah, I got that just the other day. So, like, I was buying cat food, and, like, a bunch of people at work were like, you have a cat? I was like, yeah. And they're like, I never would have considered you for a cat guy. Like, what? Why? I feel like all of our history together would lead you to think nothing else. They're like, no, I just figured you'd have like a big, like, dumb, slobbery Rottweiler or something. And I'm like, no. Too much work.
See, look, Brandon's not even fucking watching. He has it on audio only. So...
That's fine. I can't.
I love this. I love this dynamic that I have with Brandon, that, like, he comes into this stream, we're mean to him. He goes into my personal stream, we're mean to him. We go into Brittany's stream.
No one knows who Brandon is.
Yeah, we go into Brittany's stream, we're all mean to him. We go to our personal private Discord where we all talk to each other, we're mean to him. Nobody has ever been nice to Brandon. Just ever. This is my favorite part. He's already typing right now. He's already typing in the chat right now. some self-depreciating thing about how that's what he deserves, and nobody's ever nice to him. Anyway.
Wow. All right. What the fuck were we talking about?
So we're talking about movies. So we're gonna go back. Here's my thing though. So I like watching movie trailers, so I can just get like a feel for them. But so it's big season. They've been doing like lead up for D23 Expo, fun time of year. I like Disney shit. I like Pixar shit. You know. But San Diego Comic-Con just happened, which is like movie trailer field day.
Boy, it wasn't, but okay.
No, I mean, I guess if you accumulate everything they showed, it was substantial, but not most of it, if not almost all of it, appealed to me. Dungeons and Dragons movie, I'm super into. I mean, you can't really see it in my camera right now, but like there's an entire bookshelf of D&D shit behind me. The one that I love the most, you're gonna have to let me get to the point before we just jump right in. The Aquaman 2 trailer.
I didn't see it.
So, what's his name? What's the dude's name that Patrick Wilson is in this. And
Patrick Wilson. Oh, wait. Do I know who that is?
Yes, because I'm about to go on a weird rant. I don't have like anything to bring up or send you right now. I'll have to show it to you after the show. But here's what I fucking love about this weird cinematic thing they've created with Aquaman 2. And everything I'm about to say has nothing to do with Aquaman. It has to do with an unrelated movie series.
Oh, Patrick Wilson. Okay.
Yeah.
The default man that you need in a movie to be scared of things.
So here's the thing, and I'm glad that you bring that up, specifically that he's scared of things. So James Wan made the Aquaman movies. James Wan also is responsible for about, I would say, 70% plus of the Conjuring universe. So that joke kind of played out by the fact that in the Conjuring movies, Patrick Wilson is the main
Insidious. Dude. He's in Insidious also, our favorite movie.
Yeah, he's in Insidious, the true American classic horror. He's in Insidious. So he's the main dude. He's the main dude in the Conjuring movies. He's like the main Christian guy, exorcist dude in the Conjuring movies, which in these movie universes, there's 3 Annabelle movies and 2 Conjuring movies, but they all have Annabelle in them in some capacity. James Wan did all that shit for the most part. But there's a scene in Aquaman 1.
Yeah, I know.
Where you could see Annabelle in the movie. So canonically, the doll is
at the bottom of the ocean.
What anybody wants to say, anybody wants to say, the doll is canonically in the DC universe because of that stupid Easter egg.
It's just like a camera pan across like the ocean floor, and it's like a blink if you miss it moment, but like, oh shit, there's the Annabelle.
There is a moment in the Aquaman 2 trailer where it's not even an Easter egg. Like they're sitting in a room and just like dead center of the screen, sitting at a table in the back of the room, is just the full-on Annabelle doll. It's not an Easter egg. Like she's like the focal point of the camera in the trailer. And I'm just like, what are we building up to here? Like, is this it? Is Annabelle the demon doll gonna come in to save the DC universe? Is this where we're headed? Because you already got Patrick Wilson there. Patrick Wilson is already default guy. He's gonna come be like, you know what? I don't want to live in the ocean anymore. I'm gonna be an exorcist now.
So right, but like this is Patrick Wilson also played Night Owl in Watchmen.
Yeah,
another DC movie. So he's multiple people in the DC universe.
Yeah, there's no reason that he can't also be the main guy from The Conjuring. What are their names? The Conjuring people.
That's probably not
Ed Warren. He was Ed Warren.
The Conjuring people.
Yes, he played Ed Warren of the married exorcist couple, the Warrens fame. Aquaman 1, fine. It's a funny little Easter egg. James Wan made Annabelle. He made fucking The Conjuring. There's a little Annabelle doll at the bottom of the ocean. Why the fuck is the doll a focal point of the trailer of the second movie? And it was a very blink of you.
That may have been a mandate from DC. In a sense, it's like, hey, people like hella don't give a crap about our movies.
Hang on, you know what? Just
what are you doing? Are you
Aquaman
gonna...
2: The Lost Kingdom. Yeah, I'm gonna click on it real quick. Hang on, I gotta sit through this ad on YouTube.
Plebeian.
I gotta watch like all 3 minutes of this trailer, so I can fucking send you the screenshot.
I had no idea that they even had a trailer for Aquaman 2.
Very excited to be.
Wait, no, this is a behind the scenes thing.
This movie isn't.
I thought there was. Yeah, it was like a teaser thing.
It may have been one of those like for people in attendance only.
I think.
No. Aquaman 2 official trailer. There's not an official trailer for it yet. At least not one that's like publicly released. They have like that behind the scenes thing, which again, it just doesn't seem like DC knows how to market their stuff anymore. Like we don't have the manpower to cut together a trailer for our movie yet, so here's just a bunch of concept art and pictures of Jason Momoa and clips of him walking around in his champion sweatshirts. It's basically like, look, here you go. Here's a video showing that we're actually making this movie. We're actually making another Aquaman movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like the video that I watched like the other day that had all this stuff in it, because it had like Patrick Wilson in like the trailer and everything. It was kind of like a half behind the scenes thing, like half actual like, but it was a video I watched during all of that like.
I think that's what I'm watching right now.
Oh
right, Amber Heard is still gonna be in this, kinda.
Yeah, don't really understand what we got going on there. I don't really need to go over my opinions on Amber Heard and Johnny Depp again, but
you
just
sure?
seems like a bad choice, you know.
You wanna rank all the Amber Heard movies now? All like 4 of them?
You know what? Hang on. Amber Heard movies.
No.
Oh, I just want to see how many movies she's actually been in, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I watch a lot of movies and I wasn't super familiar with her before all this shit started happening.
I only ever knew her from Pineapple Express. Before Aquaman, I guess.
She has been in like a substantial. Most of it's just like cameos and TV shows.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, not really like an extensive film history, but yeah, Pineapple Express. Don't really know any of these other ones. She had a cameo in the Cleveland Show. Who doesn't love that?
Who doesn't love that?
Who doesn't love that? She had a role in Magic Mike XXL, of course. True American Classic. Aquaman 1. You know, arguably it's an American classic because it was the only movie that DC made that wasn't, buttholes.
But God, no, it's such a low bar, dude. It was such a low bar. And Shazam was kind of alright. I don't care about a sequel to Aquaman.
I don't care about DC in general, but I know that like I'm the outlier there.
You're not the outlier. A lot of people don't. I grew up as a kid. I grew up like more of a DC fan than a Marvel fan.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely. But you just kind of, as a kid though, you just kind of took what you could get, right? Like Marvel was big only in the sense that they had long-running and like pretty good X-Men and Spider-Man cartoons. But they didn't have movies. DC, for all of their faults, actually did have movies.
Sure.
I mean, you had some pretty garbage ass tier Batman movies, but you had some that were okay. It was like Blade, really. Blade is when Marvel was like, let's try and make movies. And then that worked out real good for them. Before Blade, it's weird to think that the first Marvel movie was Howard the Duck.
No! Oh my god, no, it wasn't Aquaman 2. I remember why I wanted to talk about this now. Because they brought it to more movies.
I'm in.
Okay.
Brought what?
Right?
The Annabelle?
Yeah.
So I'm watching the Shazam 2 trailer right now.
She's
Is
in
it that.
There's a throwaway joke where it's revealed that Shazam is talking, like doing this thing with the pediatrician, and then it shows the pediatrician's office, and Annabelle is at the table drawing in the pediatrician's office in the Shazam 2 trailer. They've expanded Annabelle's role to farther into the DC universe. That's why it was under my skin. That's why I couldn't find it. She's in the Shazam 2 trailer.
Pediatrician.
Here.
Oh no!
You see it?
I've got it
It's
played
at the
right now.
Yeah, it's at the 53-second mark. If you go to the 53-second mark, he's doing his thing, and he's like, "You know, I'm a pediatrician, right?" And he turns around, and they just have Annabelle in the pediatrician's office. They're just throwing the doll in all the DC movies now. That's why it was under my skin. That's why I couldn't place it. It wasn't Aquaman 2. Annabelle was in Aquaman 1, and now she is in Shazam 2, which arguably I don't think has anything to do with James Wan. They're just setting up Annabelle for the DC universe.
What a weird thing, man. That's assuming a lot of crossover between two audiences that I don't feel like have a lot of crossover.
It doesn't.
I mean,
I love how hard they're pushing this, like, all right, guys, we're getting Annabelle in the DC universe, whether anybody likes it or not.
It's just there. It's just sitting there.
Let me tell you.
That's weird. That's weird, man. That's so weird. He's literally like motioning over.
It's center. She is the focal point of this shot.
And it makes no sense. It makes no sense that.
But
why would that doll be sitting there like that?
I'm going to tell you what this marketing did for me as a person. I have been able to think of nothing now since I saw this. Then, do I want to go back and watch every DC movie after Aquaman 1 to see how many times they were all like, "Did you bring the Annabelle doll to the set today?"
No. I think it would have there would have been some kind of compiled, like montage of all the times Annabelle was in a DC movie by this point, right? I think this is only got to be the second.
So,
one. If it's popped up anywhere else other than Aquaman and now this,
she has.
Get the fuck out of here.
So this is not the second time, my guy. This is 3.
What? I hate this.
Yeah, this is not the second time. Let me see. What was it? I can't remember what the other one was. So, I know the first one was in. Oh, she was in the first Shazam. She was a character of the first Shazam also. So, this is the second time she's been in a Shazam movie.
What are we doing here? Why is
this is let me see. Let me get the screenshot of it. Okay, yeah. So here's the scene from Shazam 1 where the cops go into the toy store, and in the bottom left, she's just down there like, "What's up? I'm in this fucking movie."
Yep, very clearly. Man,
not the focal point of the shot, but like a very.
It's there. It's there.
Yeah, it's not like a blink and you'll miss it thing. So then you have this one. This is her scene from Shazam 2. Where
this is playing. This is playing so well for everyone right now.
I'm sending these to you specifically. I have no way to share them. Even if they were just listening to the show, though, this is what they'd be getting. But
this is blowing my mind.
Yeah, like I'm enjoying sharing this with you. So this is the scene where they're underwater going through like the trash shit in Aquaman, where she's at the bottom.
That's the only one I know of, and that is arguably the creepiest one too.
So, yeah, sure. Because
is that a thing? I've never seen any of the Annabelle movies or anything. I don't want to. It's stupid to me. But was there a scene in a movie where she gets thrown into the ocean?
There was not that I remember. No. So the Annabelle movies are absolutely fascinating, just in the way that they kind of tell the story.
What
in
is
a
it?
weird order.
Is it like fucking Chucky? Is it like a doll that kills people? I don't know what it is.
No. She's not actually. It's not actually a possessed doll.
What the fuck is it then?
It is a demon. It is a full-on like demon, like a 7-foot tall demon. But it can't be seen. Let me see if it's a little changed. No, it just does it as a PNG. Yeah. So Annabelle is not a possessed doll. Annabelle is a 7-foot tall evil hell beast that just happens to like carry the doll around. And there's a scene in the first Annabelle movie where it like shows this on display, where like the demon, like the Annabelle starts floating, and it's like, wow, we haven't really seen the doll do anything like this before. Like, what cool things about to do? But then it's revealed that it's actually like a demon holding the doll and controlling the doll like a puppet. The doll itself is just a doll.
Oh, that's. I don't know. I legitimately thought it was about like, it was like Girl Chucky. That's what I don't know. What does the demon look like?
Let me get a picture of this. Now, this is where we're getting the good shit. The podcast people are gonna love this.
I'm learning so much right now, so they'll get over it.
We should watch all 3 Annabelle movies.
I don't want to. I don't like this shit. What the fuck?
So that's the demon.
That just looks like
it looks like the devil from the Tenacious D movie, but
from the Tenacious D movie. Yeah, it looks like Dave Grohl.
Yeah, it's so. There's
okay.
There's also like a lot of weird overlap between The Conjuring and Insidious based on like demons and who portray them.
I gotta say, dude, this is not a scary monster.
No, but that's why they show it like one time and they use lighting to make it look scarier than it is. This isn't actually a scene from one of the movies. That's why they use the doll for everything, because using the doll for everything is genuinely...
why. You can't slap this fucking Mr. Tumnus looking thing on a movie poster and expect people to go see it.
Oh yeah, that's the tagline. This Mr. Tumnus looking motherfucker.
That's what it looks like. It's like a satyr. That's stupid. That's so stupid. That's just such a generic, like.
Yeah, that's a
like cover of a metal album demon. Like there's not.
This is not a horror movie monster. This is airbrushed on the side of somebody's 1980s van.
Yeah, that's not scary. This guy, dumb.
This guy doesn't want to murder me. He doesn't want to hurt me. This guy has a Gibson Explorer, and he wants to fucking just shred a wicked guitar solo on top of a pile of skulls for my enjoyment.
Yeah. There's 3 movies about this thing?
5. So wait, is Annabelle 3 or The Conjuring? Hold on. The Conjuring. No, no. So yes, there's 4. Because Annabelle plays a big part in The Conjuring 1. I'd say big, but like she's part of The Conjuring 1. And then she has 3 movies about the history of Annabelle, which 2 of the movies are questionably bad, but one of them is a phenomenal horror movie.
Wait, hold on. Is Annabelle and The Conjuring like the same franchise?
Yeah, so the Conjuring universe, I don't know how many of these movies you're actually going to be familiar with, but...
None, I've never seen any of them.
The Conjuring is, like, to understand the entire Conjuring timeline thus far, there is 7 movies? 8 movies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
what?
8, 9. I think there's 9 or 10 movies in this whole storyline. So you have to watch, if you do it in chronological order, if you want to watch like the history unfold in real time, you have to watch The Nun. Then you have to watch Annabelle Creation. Then Annabelle 1. And then 4th in line is The Conjuring 1. Then you have to watch Annabelle Comes Home, which is Annabelle 3. Then you have number 6 in the timeline is The Curse of La Llorona. And then after that, when you can finally do the last two, which is The Conjuring 2 and The Conjuring 3. So there's 3 Conjuring movies, 3 Annabelle movies, The Nun, and The Curse. So 8 movies. There's 8 movies so far.
No, fuck all of this.
Yeah, so that's fun, right? And these are so understand that I think all of these are very enjoyable films. They're questionable in quality. I think they're enjoyable. If you want to talk to like hardcore horror fans, you're gonna get shit on a lot. Because like, oh, you like The Conjuring? Like that's such like an entry level, just like fake horror movie.
Yeah,
But
sure, I
they're
guess.
fine.
But like, what? So then, what are the horror movies that like horror fans are like, fuck yeah, this is it. This is like the ticket right here. This is the one.
That is wholly subjective. That is wholly subjective on who you're talking to. Like,
I guess
gore
because I know
films.
these like Conjuring, Annabelle, Mr. Tumnus movies make like a shitload of money. They have to, or they wouldn't keep doing them, right?
They're very much.
Based off
They're
of what I'm seeing here, it seems like the return on the investment is not something hard to achieve. This looks like it's hell of cheap to make. You sell out a couple of theaters and you've made your money back.
So let's look at the budgets on them. Let's talk about the budgets on these movies then.
Riveting.
So the budget for making The Conjuring 1 was $20 million. Its final box office gross was $320 million.
Right.
So
$320 million on a $20 million budget is like, that's the kind of
Now-
shit that gets Hollywood super excited.
And then in that same one, let's look at the budget for Paranormal Activity.
Which it had to have been nothing. I can make that movie.
So the budget for Paranormal Activity for production and post-production combined was $230,000.
That seems like way too much.
Yeah, $230,000 to make Paranormal 1. The return investment off $230,000 was $194 million.
Yeah, this is a staggering amount compared. And honestly, I would have assumed it'd be higher than that based off of just how well I know those movies did and how many goddamn sequels there are.
There are, and there's actually new ones that I haven't even seen yet, just because I didn't even know they.
Yeah, they
existed.
did a shitload of them, like direct to DVD type thing.
Yeah.
Like apparently they've been pumping out Blair Witch movies like for years now too. That are all like.
I'm actually so glad we ended up here, because this is one of the things that we had tossed around talking about so many times. But that fucking group of people, what are they called? The Quarry? The Asylum. I'm thinking of the game. The Asylum. They made a mockbuster about this called Paranormal Entity.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about those dudes, because they have Transmorphers. That's a classic. A true like fuck a Transformers. Like the Asylum gave us Transmorphers, so they have at least Transmorphers and Paranormal Entity under their belt.
So what's the word for these types of movies?
Mockbuster.
What are they?
That's like the genre.
All right. So for anyone that doesn't know, a mockbuster is when, say, like a big popular movie comes out, say like Frozen or something like that, right?
So
There are companies who literally like get by making super low budget like garbage movies that are similarly titled and themed to the big popular movie, and they release them really quickly around the same time that the big one comes out in an attempt to create confusion in the marketplace, so people accidentally buy the wrong thing or see the wrong thing, thus generating revenue. It's, if you really think about it, it's actually a brilliant business strategy, because it works.
Yeah, the
You know
big
it
thing
works.
they get in trouble for a lot is they get sued a lot for quote unquote intent to deceive. The
Right.
things they're knowingly doing, things trying to trick you into doing the wrong thing, like little kids. And so you have to understand, like, they were really prominent a lot more back when like Blockbuster was a thing, and like parents would be all like, whatever, man, just go grab the movie you want to see.
That and you know, early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, when like DVDs were the preferred like big medium of things, you know. Yeah. Mockbusters, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what did you say the Paranormal Activity one was?
The Paranormal Activity is they made a mockbuster called Paranormal Entity.
Right, absolutely. I could totally see someone walking into a fucking Walmart and going, "Oh, a new Paranormal Activity movie," and that's their plan. That's what they want you to do.
Yeah, so like that little era there, that's so it was like the big trick was quote unquote sound alike titling, where they got as close as legally possible to the actual name of the movies, trying to trick you. So like their Battle for Los Angeles.
My favorite one was when Pacific Rim came out. They did one called Atlantic Rim.
Yes, so Atlantic Rim was the
that killed me.
like
I don't even try.
Yeah. So like that, but they're all like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'll read you off these titles. Like this was during the same kind of era, and you can just tell me what movie you think they're ripping off. Okay.
Oh, fantastic! This is fun. Okay.
Yeah. Snakes on a Plane. They did for Snakes on a Train. So that's the theme that we're going for here.
Okay.
So their version was Snakes on a. That's what I'm saying.
You gotta tell me the fake movie first, and then I'll tell you.
No, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's what we're doing here. Is I'm going to give you the fake one. You just guess the real one.
Oh man! All right, go.
So, The Land That Time Forgot.
The Land That Time Forgot. Is it the Land Before Time?
No.
Or Land of the Lost.
That's the one. It's Land of the Lost.
Okay, all right.
It is Land of the Lost. They're making fun of Transmorphers.
Yeah, that's Transformers, right? I think everyone knows that. That's like the infamous one.
This one's kind of tricky, so you got to really. I mean, I actually might get you with this one. I'm feeling pretty good about it. AVH, Alien versus Hunter.
Oh, that's Alien versus Predator. Oh man, damn, got me on that one.
The Da Vinci Treasure. I
don't know.
We already did Atlantic Rim. I like this one because
this is proven to be not as difficult as I thought it was gonna be.
It was never
on the nose.
So this is one of my favorites. Is this one the one that we're about to do, because they literally didn't even change the title. They just changed a word that connected the title together.
Okay.
So the movie they made was a riff off of the film Battle for Los Angeles, the alien invasion movie. Their version is called Battle of Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah. I see that. I think there's another one actually just called Battle for L.A. Like
maybe? Very much maybe.
They just use the abbreviation instead.
I like this one because they like I would fall for that if I wasn't paying attention and I was like looking for Battle for Los Angeles. I might I would, if I was in a hurry, just like, I'm just gonna grab a copy of Battle for Los Angeles, we're gonna dip. I would accidentally grab Battle for Los Angeles and not know the fucking difference.
That's good. That's a good one. They got you. They rope-a-doped you there.
Yeah, they would have got me with that one. I'm kind of going through just like seeing other shit that they've made. Like there's just like there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Like fucking. I mean, we can keep going. Some of these might actually be a little bit tricky. Some of them are not gonna be tricky at all.
Throw a couple more at me.
Okay. We'll do redheaded girl on the cover holding a bow and arrow in front of a castle. The movie is called Kiera the Brave.
Oh yeah. I seen that. She looks almost exactly like the girl from the Pixar movie Brave. But yeah.
There is a panda on the cover of this one wearing a belt called Chop Kick Panda. I don't know what that would be.
Arguably a better name than the original version of Kung Fu Panda. Yeah.
There is now. See, this one is actually. This is my favorite because
Wait. Tell me the fake one, and I'll guess the real movie.
I don't know if the fake one here is actually a mockbuster or if it was just two people trying to make an equally stupid movie.
Okay.
Because the real movie here, you know, is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite Christmas movies, one of my favorite movies of all time. The mockbuster is called Hobgoblins.
Is it Gremlins? Did they do a Gremlins parody?
Look at this. Like, I don't know if this is a mockumentary, or I don't know if this is a mockbuster, or if it was
probably not. That's probably definitely just another movie that came out around the time. Yeah, that's not.
When the 80s were like fucking, here's what we're gonna do. We got the Puppet Master, we got Gremlins, we got Hobgoblins, we got that house full of the tiny weird dudes, we got the fucking critters.
Yeah, we got Ghoulies. Yeah,
the Ghoulies. That's what I was thinking of, Ghoulies. Yeah. So they were just like, let's just take scary monsters, make them small, put them in a house, rock and roll. Gremlins is the best Christmas movie of all time. Fuck, Die Hard. You make that face all you want. Fuck Die Hard.
Fuck Die Hard. No,
I don't like Die Hard. I don't care for Die Hard. I don't care for Bruce Willis. That's more my thing. I don't care for Bruce Willis, I guess. I'm sure Die Hard's fine. Gremlins is a better Christmas movie than Die Hard.
They scratch such different itches, my dude. Like, that's not.
Okay. Let's get into like the fun like Disney ones that I like. So like, they made a parody movie called, and this might be tricky. I don't know. This one, depending on what you know about the world, this one might be fun. But we're gonna do Sunday School Musical.
That's High School Musical. I'm assuming with a Jesus theme.
Has to be, right? Top Gunner.
I don't know.
Really? That's crazy. It's about a guy in an airplane. Looks like.
You don't say.
They have this one. The cover is just a sewer grate with a red balloon with the worst photoshopped hand I've ever seen. The balloon doesn't look great either. The tagline for the movie is "This is not it. It's ... And the name of the movie is That.
Wow, that's. Do you remember when Disney? Do you remember when Disney released their own mockbuster?
Probably.
When they just did it themselves. When Cars was really popular, and they put out a movie called Planes.
Oh yeah. That was that. Was that Disney? Did Disney do Planes?
They just did it themselves. It was not a Pixar film though. That was just in-house at Disney. It was supposed to be like they just did it themselves. They just made their own market confusion ripoff movie.
This actually specifically says this is not part of the Cars universe.
Okay.
Anyway, I want to backtrack for a second though, because I want you to read this tagline on this poster.
For that, this is not it. It's that.
And the movie subtitle, what does that say?
Georgie's gonna need a bigger boat. Is it a sewer shark? Is it Jaws clown? What the fuck is this?
They didn't even so this movie looks nothing like the original, and they didn't even try and change the font on that.
No, Frozen Land. Yeah. You know what's crazy about these though is that a lot of time like these mockumentary movies, especially like the animated ones, sort of get like weird prolific actors to do the voices for them.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. It's terrifying how many genuinely rich people just
Frozen,
jump in.
Yeah, this Frozen parody credits Academy Award winner Christopher Plummer as top billing.
And that's weird because he's better than that.
Is he?
Christopher Plummer is better than that. So I don't know, man. That just blows my fucking mind. Like, it genuinely blows my fucking mind how many of these movies just exist. I know why they exist, but, like, I think we really got sidetracked from the topic at hand here. They're really just trying to put Annabelle in the DC movies. Like, I don't want people to forget that's where we started. I don't want people to forget that they're trying to make Annabelle a DC superhero. They are so far disconnected from their source material and anything even remotely watchable that they're just like, I don't know, get the fucking killer doll from the horror movies to do it.
Yeah.
Like, the best two things they have going for them right now is Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2. And boy,
I'm still confused
movies.
about what this It movie is about. I don't understand.
Just look it up.
Is it a bigger clown? Is that why it says Georgie's gonna need a bigger boat?
I really hope it's about, like, I'm assuming he turns into a shark, right?
Right, because that's like a Jaws parody line.
Yes. So it is indeed that.
It's a sewer shark.
You know they made a sequel to Transmorphers called Transmorphers Fall of Man?
Wow, like Revenge of the Fallen.
They made a Fast and the Furious called Street Racer.
That's not as clever.
They didn't even try.
They should have called it like Furiously Quick or something like that. Furiously Fast. This is my favorite thing. I need to know more of these.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a good one. So lean in. This one's going to be fun.
Okay.
In 2010, Asylum made a sequel to Titanic called The Titanic 2, which was about... The film is set on the fictional replica Titanic that sets off exactly 100 years after the original ship's maiden voyage to perform the reverse route. But global warming and nature cause history to repeat itself on the same night 100 years later, but only on a more disastrous and deadly scale. I'm pretty sure it was about the same. Unless, I mean, it doesn't really say what happened. But I think it may have just crashed. You know, I think that might have just killed everybody and crashed again like the first one.
There's not like monsters or something.
No. So this
even
is
though
where
it's
it gets fun.
It's an asylum movie, and there's no. All right, go on. Go ahead.
So then they, like, not wanting to, like, leave it there, like, not really feeling like they've done enough to really explain, like, the full history of the Titanic, they release another movie called Titanic 666 in 2022, very recently, actually. On the 110th anniversary, another Titanic leaves port with a boat full of digital influencers, and then they have to deal with, like, all of the demons and ghosts and people that were, like, on the original two Titanics coming back and being mad that they died on the original two Titanics.
Oh no. Okay. Wow. The plot of that, you really got me there.
They made a, like, this gets weird.
I gotta say, I might be moderately fascinated in taking a trip on the second Titanic if that were to be a thing.
But after both,
but not the third, not the third, not the third. Yeah. That's like
after,
you draw your line. Wow,
after you fuck up the first two.
Annalyn McCord is in this. That sucks.
How about? And this involves a couple of things that we love, including a megalodon. The Mig.
It's megalodon.
Is the Mig.
Surely there's asylum parodies of that because
they doubled down on this one.
Under the right circumstances, you could have told me that the Meg was the parody movie in the first place.
Yeah. So they This movie that the Megalodon is in is indeed a mockbuster that looks like it's making fun of Megalodon movies, but this also parodies 2 Steven Spielberg films. The name of the movie, I'm going to see if you can guess the 2 movies that it's parodying. The movie is called Jurassic Shark. Yeah, there you go. That's fun.
Sure. That's I feel like the title right there, more so than most things, tells you everything you need to know about that movie.
Let's talk about the very good action movie called Android Cop.
RoboCop, right? Right.
Let's do The Amazing Bulk.
Is that a Hulk parody?
Yeah, The Amazing.
I gotta
Bulk.
stop saying parody because I know that's not what it is.
How about Alone for Christmas?
Alone for Christmas.
You actually know it.
Oh, Home Alone.
There it is.
Okay. Okay.
This is actually a double whammy. They did 2. They did a mockbuster. They did 2 mockbusters, combining 2 different types of films.
Okay. Okay.
This one might be a little bit tricky. I know I've said that before, but they took this one out to left field, my guy. How about The Avengers Grimm and The Avengers Grimm Time Wars?
What the fuck? So wait, is it the Brothers Grimm? But it's like a team up.
It's the
with fairy tale characters.
Yeah, it is. Avengers Grimm is a 2015 American superhero film for the Asylum.
Landed fast and loose there.
The film is a hybrid mockbuster of the superhero film Avengers Age of Ultron and the ABC TV series Once Upon a Time.
Oh no. Okay.
I Am Omega.
Omega.
So the cover of said film is a man standing on top of a car in the middle of a lone man standing on top of a car in a sea of zombies that are trying to kill him. Will Smith movie.
Oh, the fuck is the name of that movie?
I Am Legend.
Right. Okay, so but like calling it I Am Omega is actually more accurate than I Am Legend, because I Am Legend in and of itself is like a pseudo remake of the Omega Man.
Yeah.
Oh god, weird. What a weird like circle.
They made a sequel to Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter called Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies.
Yeah, I know that one. I've seen that movie.
We are... Whew, right? Whew.
Yeah.
I want to click on this one. I can't tell if this is... No, this is the sequel. Okay, I didn't know if this was going to be a speed mockbuster or another Fast and the Furious. So they made a Fast and the Furious mockbuster called Street Racer.
Mm-hmm.
But for the sequel, they made a movie called 200 Miles Per Hour.
That's not even clever. God, I mean, to be fair, I don't think the Fast and Furious franchise has ever been clever with their titling. It's more just like, wow, you guys went for it, huh?
I like the name of this one. It's just called Extraterrestrial Visitors. That's not...
Is that just E.T.? Is that an E.T.?
It is E.T. This one actually got very popular because they've done an episode of Mystery Science on it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we've gotten way off the mark with this. We're just having fun now. We get sidetracked. But
Oh no, we got sidetracked with fun.
yeah. That's the business model. Getting sidetracked with fun. I don't know, man. There's just like so much shit going on in the world of movies that I care so much about. Like genuinely care so much about. That like I'm annoyed by like how dumb people are about it. Like a big one is sorry, I thought I heard the cats fucking around. I gotta keep them alive at all costs, you know, they're stupid.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
The Dungeons and Dragons movie. I'm obviously deeply invested in that. And I don't know what percentage of people that did like TikToks or YouTube videos or, you know, breakdowns. I don't know how much of them were just doing it to get like anger clicks off of their like viewer base or whatever. But like D&D famously has been fucking stupid. Like balls to the wall, imagination, just if you can be it, you can dream it, you can do it kind of shit.
Yeah, right. I was having a conversation about this with someone like
But,
not
like-
too long after the trailer dropped. Like all these weird, like fucking hardcore D&D guys, like gatekeeping the franchise
Owlbear.
as a whole, right? Like, but like no one taking like 2 seconds to realize that if you're playing your D&D campaign super straight-laced and following all the rules and it's like incredibly like rigidly structured, you are playing it wrong. You're not having fun. It's supposed to be dumb.
I'm not even going to go that far. Like, if people want to play the game that way, play the game that way. Live your best life. I encourage you to do so. But, like-
sure, but you're super ignorant if you think that that's the de facto Dungeons and Dragons experience.
When the trailer came out, every like major D&D influencer, which is the stupidest thing I've ever had to fucking say. I will go on record right now saying that while I guess I respect them for what they're doing and what they've done for like that pop culture bubble, I don't care for shit like Critical Role because I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I want as many people to be into D&D as possible, but Critical Role has always been a very, in my opinion, harmful thing because it's bringing people into the hobby with a very false pretense of how the average Joe plays the hobby. You can go to almost any D&D subreddit on Reddit and read article after article after article of just people like, I joined a game and it was horrible because we weren't in some like $500,000 recording studio and not everybody was doing professional voice acting and our DM wasn't telling a story. He was just like explaining things that we were doing. And then you have like the other half, you have like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of threads where people are all like, I don't know how to play D&D with this person. Like, we're trying to play a fun regular game of D&D, and they want me to, like, they brought me to this time, like, I think you need to DM more like Matt Mercer. I want a real D&D experience, but, like, Critical Role is not a real D&D experience. So I hate the fact that, like, TikTok and YouTube and various, like, Twitch even, with all of its, like, live plays of games, I live in a world where I have to say, like, oh, I was watching all of the most recent D&D influencer videos.
Yeah.
Because I want more people to come into my hobby. I learned this hobby like the back of my hand so I could have fucking people to play with. Before this pop culture zeitgeist let D&D into it, it was fucking impossible for me to find a game. Now I just have to send a couple text messages out and I can find people that want to play the fucking game. But the problem is that a lot of people are coming into the hobby with a very false expectation of what the hobby is. So then you have these D&D influencers like on fucking TikTok, on YouTube, etc., Twitch, talking out of their ass like, oh, I watched the new D&D trailer and I know it's going to be bad because they're making a lot of jokes and it's not like a serious fantasy adventure. And also in the rules, druids aren't allowed to turn into owl bears. And it's just like, my guy, every fucking one of you are lying through your teeth if you're going to sit there and tell me you have not played a fucking game of D&D in which your dungeon master let you have some ridiculously over-the-top item so you could go do some stupid rule of cool thing.
That's exactly what I was saying. Like you all break the rules constantly. Don't.
Yeah, I don't want to be involved in this like rules for thee, not for me D&D bullshit. Like, oh no, the druid turned into an owl bear. They're not following D&D canon. My D&D canon? I don't think I've played a real D&D character in fucking 10 years. Like, they all have some weird magic item that me and my dungeon master made up, or me and a friend made up, or they all have some like weird personality quirk that just like makes the game, like, I'm not saying I don't take the game seriously when I'm playing, but I am saying that, like, if that's your big complaint, is that the movie looks a little bit too silly, it's a little bit too Marvel blockbuster, and that the owlbear turns into something, or the druid turns into an owlbear when it shouldn't be allowed to. If those are your big complaints, fuck off.
My only complaint is the, and I mean I said this when they the Joss Whedoning of everything that's happening. You know, the crazy chick turns into a monster and beats the shit out of a bunch of guys, and then dude leans over to the other dude and like, I'm sure glad she's on our side. It's just like, I get it. I get why you do those kinds of things.
Yeah. That quote, that Marvel movie, that superhero movie humor.
Yeah.
I feel like I've sent you. I feel like it was you. I sent somebody some TikToks of a guy that's been doing like a series on like humor in like big superhero movies, and a lot of those jokes like are like, oh god, like I know what joke, I know the exact moments in the movies he's making fun of.
Yeah.
And it's just like, god damn, dude, like that is some spot on shit. Like, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and be all like, oh, movies aren't like what they used to be. Movies back in my day, like I'm not there. I'm not that guy. Like, I want to enjoy movies now.
Superhero movies weren't silly when I was a kid. Like, my brother in Christ. Guess the fuck what?
So that was an actual argument that I had with somebody who wanted to be like, oh yeah, like Marvel movies now are like nothing like they were when they first started. Like Iron Man 1, Thor 1, like they would never do the shit that like Thor Ragnarok and like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy did. And I was like, my guy, I'm not trying to be shitty here. I don't like want to put you down for having an opinion, but this whole goddamn thing started because of a really bad take on Howard the Duck.
Right.
Like, I get that Iron Man, like, it's gotten, like, progressively worse over time, I guess, when it comes to, like, that kind of homogenized comedy. But
the whole, like, this is a serious situation, but, like, I'm not put off enough by it to stop cracking wise, right?
That's it, though. I think that's the one thing that I've become, like... That's the one thing I've become, like, genuinely bored with, I guess, with Marvel movies. And it's not so much that they seem kind of, like, Phase 4 has seemed disorganized, which is a problem in and of itself, but I've been able to enjoy independently most of the Phase 4 movies and TV shows. My biggest takeaway from those movies is, more specifically, I don't like that they took characters that were, like, serious characters that had moments of, like, heart and lightheartedness and like whimsy, and now they're all basically just like half brain dead man children fumbling around being superheroes. Like Iron Man, his whole thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is not regarding like the movie
we've talked about this before. That happens with every character on a long enough timeline. It's the Flanderization of a character. It's
sure, but my problem isn't that they don't seem to know what they're doing with the story. My problem is that they don't seem to know what to do with the characters. Like,
yeah.
Taika Waititi got real lucky making Thor Ragnarok as good as they did. James Gunn got real lucky making Guardians of the Galaxy as good as he did. And now every fucking person that makes a Marvel movie is all like, okay, well now I guess we need our neon-drenched classic rock fueled, silly man-child superhero.
Yeah.
We did we had such a good run with Thor. We had such a good run with
So just make everything
Star-Lord.
that now.
Yeah, so now everything has to be that it worked with Thor, and it should have worked a lot better than it did. The new Thor movie was not terrific. I enjoyed it, but it's not great. The new the last Guardians of the Galaxy stuff that I watched, again, not great, but I enjoyed it. Those aesthetics work for those characters because those characters ended up playing into that kind of silly man-child thing really well. Thor is understandable because Thor is this super serious god from a different realm of reality. He comes to Earth, all of a sudden he's hit with all this dumb shit that he's all oh, this is kind of fun and rad, and his kind of already 80s Norse god shit. It works in that kind of retro aesthetic of neons and classic rock. Star-Lord does too. He was a fucking kid in the 80s. All of his character development
That's where his mind is stuck.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense for fucking Iron Man to be whimsical and cool and rad. It doesn't really make sense for Spider-Man to be those things. Not in the context of the movies made. I'm not saying that as a character. I'm saying in the context of the MCU, he is a fucking teenager in the late 2015, 2020 era. That fucking kid is not the person they want to sell to their audience if he had grown up in a real modern society of where we're at. So I don't know. They took a lot of shit.
Yeah. I don't envy their position there, where it's okay, guys, look, we're making a movie about a teenager in modern society it's Spider-Man, but how do we make Gen Z palpable to a wide audience? You can't. So they do have to
I don't know.
Make a kid. They made a kid that doesn't exist.
I'd watch Adderall-laden nihilistic Spider-Man.
Yeah, Peter Parker going around saying things are bussin' and no cap.
If I can get through flossing Sonic and still enjoy the movie, I could survive Spider-Man punching the Green Goblin and being it's giving the wrong energy.
Yeah.
I'm not really vibing with Sandman right now.
It's you're low-key ruining my day. Flossing Sonic is so on the nose for what Sonic is.
Because it works because Sonic would. And I feel so many people don't want to admit that. It works because Sonic would.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah.
Maybe not in the context that they let him do it in the movies, but it works because Sonic would do that.
Modern Sonic would do that.
Shit, I think 90s rad Sonic running through Dr. Robotnik's Robot City Sonic would do it if he knew how.
I guess he wasn't really a trend follower.
Yeah, but he was always totally cool and totally rad and had chili dogs. He'd floss for a chili dog in the 90s.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. I'd floss for a chili dog. God, I want a chili dog. Hungry, bro.
It's almost over.
My breakfast Doritos are wearing off.
I mean, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I don't really want to jump into the Chris Chan stuff. My little heart can't take that right now. I don't really want to jump into the Alex
burning
Jones
around
stuff.
us. No, that's fine. That's fine. I do. Let me rephrase. I do want to jump into those things, but if we jump into those things, this is going on a lot longer. Yeah, no. There's one funny news story that I saw in my feed this morning, and it's just I'm not really sure who this was written for. The wording on it is extremely odd and concerning. It says, Lamborghini crisis.
Hell yeah.
Australia crippled by critical shortage of Lamborghinis.
I mean, what's the Lamborghini per capita per citizen there?
That's a big problem, man. Based off of the wording here, there are people who are dying from a lack of Lamborghinis.
I'm gonna level with
I
you.
mean,
I googled it just to see where we were at, and as of at least March 2017, during a decade-long surge of exotic Italian supercars, Australia took over. Australia has been officially identified as one of Lamborghini's most important global markets after local sales surged to record highs in 2016. Speaking with motoring.com/AU this month, Lamborghini Asia Pacific boss Andrea Balti said that Australia was now ranked 8th globally for Raging Bull Lamborghini sales, with 111 in 2016, only losing to China at 151, but beating out Switzerland with 106 and France at 94. It's weird that
we got to get Lamborghinis or we're gonna die.
Yeah, so like let's in the global market, we're looking at USA as of 2017. Let's top Lambo markets for 2022. Let's see where we're at.
It's just Bam Margera.
He's just buying all of them, right?
Yeah.
So I can't really find a more modern list than this, so we'll just go back to this one. So as at least of 2017, USA was leading the pack with 1,041 Lamborghini sales.
That's not that much.
Sure.
That is not that many.
Japan?
Japan's
Just second place.
That's just because I assume that anyone with any significant amount of money immediately just buys a Lambo. That's what you do. That's what I do.
I don't think I would. I don't think I want a Lambo. They sit too low to the ground, and it looks like it'd be uncomfortable for my obese ass to be inside of one.
Yeah, totally. But it's a super stupid thing to do.
So, like, look, I mean, like, okay, look, they're wide. They look like they're wide cars. So maybe I would comfortably fit inside of one, lengthwise or like widthwise. I'm a large gentleman. I'm a big dude. I'm not very tall. I'm clocking in a solid 5'9", like maybe 5'10" if it's raining. I'm here for it. I'm not a tall dude. I don't think I could sit.
You're not. I'm more than 2 inches taller than you.
I mean, last time I went to the doctor a couple months ago, they clocked me at 5'9".
Clocked you at 5'9".
Yeah.
I like that. Clocked me at 5'9". You know how tall you were going, sir?
They clocked me at 5'9". I'm legally 5'9" according to a medical professional.
Am I taller than I think I am?
I don't know. You're what, like 6.5? I'm not tall, so I don't know how tall you are, because
definitely not.
Everything is skewed to me. I'm tiny.
I was clocked at I was clocked at 6 foot last time I checked.
I don't know. Maybe my doctor is using one of those, like, special measuring sticks that you use when you need to, when you need an ego boost.
Your ego boost a little bit.
So,
look, all right, just based off of the severity and the wording of this article, people all over Australia are dying because they don't have Lamborghinis, which has me concerned because, as far as I know, no one in my family has ever owned a Lamborghini. And statistically speaking, they've all my predecessors have died.
Now, see, here's the problem, because this article from April 2022, it mirrors your comment. The headline of this article from CarBuzz straight up says, "Rich people can't stop buying new Lamborghinis." Jesus. The opening line: global supply chain shortages, the war in Ukraine, and lingering pandemic issues are not stopping the average car buyer to struggle to either find or afford a new Lambo.
God, somebody call Bono, dude. We got to get a fucking charity concert going so we can buy some Lambos for these Aussies, man. This is not good.
Lambo reported record numbers of 2,500 vehicles in just the first quarter. The best quarter in the company's history. 5% increase from 2021 and 31 from 2020. And they'd already they broke that record in 2021 with 8,500 units. So we're doing 31% better than their record year. They're just out here just like, Ukraine? Fuck them. I need a Lambo. Get me a yellow and a red one, blue one, red one. I'm mixing up my colors real. Green, I think that's red and blue. Get a green one. Pandemic. I own a mansion. I don't have to social distance from my family. I haven't seen them from the other side of the house in 2 years. I need a Lambo.
To drive
to
the other side of the house.
I know this is probably a manufacturing plant, but I want to believe that this man is about to buy all 5 of these Lambos in every one of these colors.
No, that's just his sick ass garage. He's just looking at what he's got.
Look at this. This is
Oh,
just
but all right, okay. Like
he's
you're
rich.
talking,
He can't stop buying them.
I know. You said you don't want to buy a Lambo, but that teal Lambo, the one that kind of looks like a shark.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very real with you right now. I have never really cared for a Lambo. This body style and seeing these 4 particular colors, even that orange one back there in the back, seeing them lined up like this, I'm like, you know what? I'd spend $2,500,000 on 5 Lambos. Like if I had,
right. It's like one Lambo looks lame, but like a fleet of Lambos, like damn dog, that's an aesthetic right there.
If I had $2.5 million just sitting around, I'd go get 5 Lambos.
Yeah. Collect the whole set. Damn, that's tight. Well, thoughts and prayers for the people in Australia that don't have Lambos.
I'd help if I could. I actually donated like $15. A friend of mine did a charity stream a couple weeks ago.
I'd help if I could.
If I could. They did a charity stream a couple weeks ago for, the Roe versus Wade thing, and I donated like $15 because I'm poor and that's about as much as I could give to that cause. It's not that I don't care about the cause, I'm just incredibly poor.
Sure.
And if I'd known this Lambo thing was going to come up, I would have waited. I would have put my $15 aside.
Yeah. Just something that actually matters. Like,
just so we're clear, I genuinely, I want to end on a high note.
Egg on your face on that one, dude.
So I want to end on a positive note. I want to end like open and vulnerable here. If I could take it back, I would. I would get my money back from the Roe versus Wade charity so I could make sure these Lambo people were taken care of. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to feel knowing that, like, women's reproductive rights were in danger, and then all of a sudden, some guy didn't have a Lambo? What am I going to do with that?
How do you sleep at night? You
To be fair, I haven't slept even at my best, I haven't slept at night in a long time, so.
Absolute fucking bastard.
All right.
Okay, bud. I think I'm ready to call this one a show. That was certainly a thing.
Or just calling it because you want me to come pick you up to take you and get food, and that's fucked up.
Don't you want some chicken fingies?
I do. I'm so excited. Real quick, that's what we were talking about at the beginning. There's an episode of that show, Horrible People, with Billy Eichner, in which they decide they're going to open a restaurant.
Yeah.
We will bring it all the way back around. We will close on this. That's what we were talking about. Billy Eichner and the girl in the show, they decide they want to open their own restaurant, and it's just like kids food themed, and all they serve is chicken strips, but like various kinds of chicken strips. That's all this place is. That's why we enjoy this place. So like, we shouldn't enjoy Huey Magoo's as much as we do, because it's just like some dudes like, I don't know, you want some chicken strips? What are you, like 9? And we're like, oh yeah, bet. Like, give me like 4 cups of honey mustard. Give me all these chicky strips. Let's rock and roll. I hate myself for saying chicky strips. I was trying to be funny and make it like ironic, but it came out too serious. And it doesn't feel
Chicky
ironic.
Strip.
Yeah, it doesn't feel ironic.
I've noticed that you say strips, whereas I say fingers.
It's because I try to alienate myself as much as possible. Now, I will occasionally say
You do a
nugs.
good job.
Yeah. I'll say nugs. I'll say nugs occasionally when it's talking about chicken nuggets. But if I hear a grown person say, "Do you want to get some chicky nuggies?" It's on site. Like, we're going to brawl. Like, I'm going to go to prison because you decided to throw the word nuggies into the ethosphere.
Okay.
I'm threatening people that say certain words now, so we are not ending on a high note. I was wrong.
Fine, yeah. If you say nuggies,
I will beat
unironically.
the fuck out of you. If you come to pupper, doggo, nuggies, your jaw, that is,
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, God.
Well, I had a lovely time. This went really well for some reason. I mean, it better fucking have. After 20 hours of constant work with no sleep, it better have gone fucking well.
Look at all the things. We have links. Like, they're not clickable links, but there you go.
But I mean, we have
things.
You can see the logo, so you know what the fuck they're referring to.
Yeah, interact, damn it. We want to be rich and famous.
I don't really care about being rich and famous. I just don't want to sell batteries anymore.
Well, okay. I want to be comfortable. If this could be my job, cool.
Yeah,
we gotta get him. The charm here, man.
We got to get him at least 3 more of the short shirts.
yeah. No, they were 1 day only, limited time. They were gone after 24 hours.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Well, I'm gonna cut it here. So, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later, like in 45 minutes when I get to your house.
Yeah.
All right, bye.